So what is up everybody, welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and today let's continue with the Chicane Online Racing Championship. Today it is round 13 I believe. We are at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, and as you can see these are the results of the qualifying session, as I forgot to record my qualifying laps. And then right after qualifying I got the same glitch I got back in Baku, but in Baku it was during the race. This time around it was after the qualifying results table, and that meant that the game disconnected myself from Steam for some reason, and I couldn't get back to drive my car, so I was DNF'd. The AI took over and it was it for me. I even went to try to record the spectators' cameras, but yeah, I was so tilted by that I forgot to hit the record button. So yeah, we are going to have footage from Bandicoot, who qualified 7th. Just be aware that he has some visual mods. He altered the color scheme of the graphics, and he also has the mod for the 2017 cars. So yeah, it will be quite a different look from what you are used to if you see my videos, but nevertheless that's what I got. I had to deal with it, so it was the only person who sent me footage from this race. So with that, let's move to the results, where Juno got pole position 0.05 of a second faster than me, who got second place. Then I was Shizzle in third place, Omar in fourth on the soft tires, Jamie in fifth, Calipos in sixth, Bandicoot 7th, Rogue 8th, Binding 9th, and Joe M91 completing the top 10. So with that said, let's move on into the race, shall we? It's race day in Italy once again. Monza, home to so many records, has the smallest winning margin when Peter Geffen beat Ronnie Peterson to the line by 1/100th of a second back in 71. There were 40 overtakes for the lead alone in 1965, and Kimi Räikkönen clocked the record top speed of 370 km/h here just over a decade ago. That's a lot to live up then for our drivers here today. With top speeds that exceed 350 km/h, few places can hope to touch Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners of this 5.7 km circuit, and just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will encourage some close action. It's a very tight turn 1 here, and a very big braking zone where we've seen lots of incidents over the years. Let's see how the drivers cope with it this time around. And we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. As you can see, Bandicoot was promoted to P4 after Juno got a grid penalty. Juno is starting in P5, so we were DNF'd. We just pull off to the side, which is such a shame, as Juno gets a better run than Bandicoot into turn 1. Calipos is on the inside of Omar. Omar cannot give any space to Jamie. Jamie chooses to go through the runaway, as Juno also gets past Bandicoot, and then Shizzle with a better exit gets Bandicoot on traction. So Bandicoot is lost 2 positions in the first set of corners, as we are now approaching the end of sector 1, and I think it is Calipos in the distance trying to make a move on Jamie, but he could not find the space, so he will stay put in 4th place for now, as it seems. Nevertheless, we have Shizzle battling with Bandicoot as we approach the first Lesmo, but there was not an overtaking opportunity there for Bandicoot. As we are now moving on to the end of the first lap, we have Shizzle battling with Calipos for 4th place, and they are both going to compromise their runs through the next straight. And just look at the difference in speed. Bandicoot is approaching them quite mightily. The difference of speed is very big. Shizzle pushes Bandicoot onto the grass. Fortunately, Bandicoot managed to keep control of his car and managed to stop, even though his tires were a little bit dirty with grass, and he pulls 2 overtaking maneuvers in just 1 corner, which is great from him. Now we are skipping on to lap 3 and is catching up to Jamie, and it is lap 3, so the super soft tires are going to start to get worn down, and apparently Jamie realizes this and goes over into the pits as Omar sets the fastest lap of the race so far on his soft tires, as Shizzle overtakes Bandicoot using DRS, and it was a rather easy maneuver. And well, let's see how we can back at him, if he can get back at him over the remaining of the race. We are now in lap 5, and looks like Shizzle pulled a little bit of a gap, even though Bandicoot started on the medium tire, so he will have a longer run than all other drivers around him. As I believe we have someone in the pits. I believe it was Juno, I am not sure, but I think Juno was in the pits. We are now in lap 6, and I believe there are some others coming into the pits. I believe it might be Shizzle this time around. Yes, it was Shizzle this time around, diving onto the pits, and up to P2 is Bandicoot. In lap 7 it was Omar's turn to make a pit stop for a set of the mediums, I want to say, and both Bandicoot and Frozen Luffy have made the most out of the situation to get back to first and second place. Even though Omar might be pitting right around now, Bandicoot definitely is, as he dives onto the pits for a set of the soft tires, I am imagining. Let's see how quick his pit stop is. It is 2.3 seconds, so not the best the Red Bull pit crew can do, but nevertheless decent pit stop time, as he comes to rejoin the track behind Forsainable, and yeah, he's too further away from Shady for the Swedes to be able to do anything, as Shizzle posts the fastest lap of the race so far. And now in lap 14 everyone has come out into the pits for their second pit stops, I believe, and Bandicoot is chasing Omar, but as you can see he's approaching quite rapidly as we approach the Ascari chicane, because Omar has disconnected. So both Manor drivers have had connection issues this race, and they've both been disconnected, but Omar during the race, so he will be able to rejoin the game. As we jump now to lap 19, and Bandicoot is going for another set of softs, I believe, but this time around it was a 1 second point 8 of a pit stop for Bandicoot, and he's going to come out in first place, as Frozen Luffy just overtook Omar, who is still disconnected at this point in time. We jump now to the last lap of the race, and as you can see from the results, Omar got back in P2, he got back in the game and overtook Frozen Luffy, but ultimately the gap was too big for Bandicoot, who has drove a masterful race, just controlled the pace, controlled his tires, and is going to be officially a race winner in the COR Championship. Bandicoot wins the Italian Grand Prix. As we move now to the race results, Bandicoot giving a first win for the Red Bull team, followed by Frozen Luffy and Omar, who got lag switched onto P3. Then we have Shizzle, Juno, Forsainable, Calipos, Shady, Joe M91 and Jamie closing the top 10. So a great race this afternoon. And this is it for the Italian Grand Prix. I still do not have the results table, as it was getting worked on, the graphics were being changed, so it took a while for it to be officially announced, the new table. So yeah, I still do not have the data for this Grand Prix, but will for sure be in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like button. If you didn't, the dislike button is right beside it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hope to see you guys in the next Grand Prix, and have a wonderful day.